Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer, joined by Fred J. Robledo, the prep coordinator for the Los Angeles Newspaper Group and local legend, especially at a place called Covina District Field, Fred, which is like your second
my favorite
home.
place. You know, it's around the corner from my house.
You know all the good eats.
There just to watch games there. Yeah.
You know all the good eats.
Yeah. I get my little pizza on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I said, he knows all the good eats around that area. Stevie, would you let Bobby D in? Thank you very much. The game we're talking about this week coming up is a big one at Covina District Field. Bonita invading CDF to take on South Hills, which is now the Kings of Covina again. Yeah. They beat Covina last week. They're back on track, Freddie. And both teams are 1-0. This is a fantastic game.
Well, that's why I'm going there, and this is the game of the week for me. I know we just covered Bishop Amat last week, and there's a 1 versus 2, but this game is big because of what these teams did in their Week 0 openers. I mean, South Hills 48-7 over Covina. You want to call them a rival? They're not really a rival. Steve Ramirez will argue they're a rival, but when you have ownership over a school like they have over the years, I mean, it's not a rivalry. South Hills took care of business. Bonita now with Jake Payton, former San Dimas running back Jake Payton, you know, taking command over Bonita. Yeah. He had 142 yards last week. You got Tanner Diebold returning that quarterback. He had 210 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's just a great setup. I think South Hills is probably, Aram, a little bit more physical. I mean, I should say more physical, but they play in a tougher league, obviously. I mean, they play in the Sierra. They're used to...
No, don't keep saying that, Freddie, because next year they're in the same league. Yeah. Calamares League.
Well, you go back before they even went to the Sierra. Yeah.
South Hills is
South Hills, Covina, after Bishop Amat, those are kind of the teams in the area that can take on those good teams outside the area. So I think this is actually more of a test for Bonita than it is for South Hills.
Yeah, and South Hills, I mean, obviously, they think they're Sierra League contenders this year. I was talking to Albert Rodriguez, the head coach at South Hills, earlier this week. Fuzzrod told me he had a great offensive line last year. He said he really likes his offensive line this year despite the graduation loss. They have Garrett Fonseca now in at quarterback. He's a pure passer type guy. They have Adam Goss who can go back to quarterback. He's a bruising runner type. If he's not at quarterback, he's at running back or receiver. They have Lawan Carney last week, Freddie. Huge game. And they have the transfer from Charter Oak. Was it Alex... is it Jones or Smith? Alex Powell. Who will be eligible going toward the league. Right. So they're set. I mean, up and down. And Bonita obviously upgraded with Jake Payton. I think this all adds up to monster points.
And I like Adam Goss being kind of that hybrid player on offense that can play.
How do you stop that?
Can play running back. He can you know, play quarterback in certain situations.
Right.
I mean, it's great when you can use multiple weapons like that. When you can run the football. I mean, I thought they were last year and the few years before that they were starting to throw the ball a little bit too much. I like now that they're moving things on the ground, they're mixing things up, and if their defense is as good as it was last week, as good as Bonita is, South Hills ain't San Dimas. I'll tell you that right now. They're not San Dimas. So,
well, like I was saying, I don't think you heard me. I like the over in this game.
Yeah.
I think points aplenty. I've got Bonita winning this game though. I've got Bonita winning. I'm sorry. I got Bonita winning. I got Jake Payton going nuts. He'll be more involved in the offense this week. I've got 42-38 Bonita, somewhere in there. I think you're picking the Huskies.
I'm picking the Huskies. And I like the Huskies by at least a couple touchdowns, maybe more. I think Jake Payton had a great game last week. But let's remember, that was an emotional game. He's only been with the team, Aram, about a week and a half.
I know.
And I think you need more than a week and a half
you're probably right.
to be where you need to be late in the season. I think South Hills, I just think...
You said you guarantee that South Hills ain't San Dimas. Well, I guarantee you the Bonita defense isn't the Covina defense.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So this is not going to be a blowout.
When I look at what these, you look at what South Hills did. You know how they struggled in the Sierra last year. They didn't struggle in their non-league games last year. They played a pretty good.
They beat Monrovia.
They beat Monrovia, the Mid Valley Division champion, and they're a better team this year. Like I said, I like South Hills, and I like them comfortably.
Okay, well, there you go. Freddie's got South Hills easy. I got Bonita and a squeaker. Very high scoring. This is going to be entertaining, Fred. Get ready. And don't look down because you may miss a scoring play. Jake Payton, Tanner Diebold, and the Bearcats coming to CDF to take on Goss, Fonseca, Carney, and Fuzzrod's offensive line. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a very, very good one. Get out to CDF on Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff. Enjoy it.